Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds, my friends. Today we've got a special one. We're at the Dimond Structural factory in Hunua. We've got the main man here, Ben.
G'day, Jace. How you doing?
I'm great, man. The sun is shining. I'm feeling good. Vitamin D, it was coming into me. But we've got a helmet on because we're all health and safety. But we're inside. What does Dimond Structural do?
Yeah, so Dimond Structural. So structural purlins.
Yep.
So our great big machine here, the Hayes RC400. Purlins for your cyclone sheds.
Yeah.
We also have a flooring division, so for our flooring for the likes of our large buildings, car parks, and we have a small bracing area and with some other small machines here.
Cool. Well, this is all New Zealand steel, so shout out to our mates there that have done all the coil and that. And I also want to shout out to my maiden name, Hayes, as well. Catherine, Richard, I know you're out there, Ben, watching. Shout out to the Hayes clan. Can we check out this machine and what it does and how it is? Because purlins will flash up what a purlin is, but how do you guys turn this into purlins?
Yeah, absolutely, Jace. So in our in-feed end here, you'll see our twin capstan decoiler. So our coils come onto our decoiler. Our team here at Hunua, they'll load onto the decoiler. We'll feed into our machine here and our hands-free feed up. Nobody inside, super safe. Don't have to worry about getting cut. We'll go through our punching station. So
this is all made in New Zealand. This machine is made in New Zealand.
This machine is made in Rotorua.
Rotorua.
Yeah, super proud to partner with Hayes. She's 55 metres long, about 35 or 40 tonne, built down the road, has been here since May last year.
So any kids watching, anybody that's got some kids and think, what could I be doing? There's a whole world of New Zealand about manufacturing, building, and that's super cool. People think factory work's like some evil thing from the England in the millionth century. It's not at all. It's modern, it's cool. All this stuff is really wicked to do. And it's super interesting. So, and all of this is New Zealand made.
Everything. Yeah.
So even the mag wheel there to be got it on there, right?
We've got to have a bit of class, man. Have a bit of class.
Oh, you know me, I love a mag wheel. Mark behind the camera, he's still looking for some chromies for his legs.
We'll get that sorted for you, Mark. We'll get you some white walls too.
Awesome. Okay, so you got to take the coil, it's rolling through here, and so the machine's just bending, twisting.
Yeah, so the first thing we're doing is we're flattening in the flattening and the leveling section here. Then we've got our 5 dynamic punch stations, so we can punch variable across both the flange and the web of the purlin. Really important when we're putting those brackets together, getting them nice and straight, getting everything true. And then we start forming down here, turning it into a purlin itself.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of thing with sustainability in that as well now. And people are like, oh, steel. All New Zealand steel, electric arc furnace, so that's all can get reused again and again. But so that's what we're talking about, because we love timber, we love it all. But it's getting made precisely. So
absolutely,
the engineers were designing it, engineers, the plans send it through, and this is all cut, made to measure.
Yes. Yep. So we are down to 0.1 millimetres in our length. And of course, our purlins are 90 degrees. And so we work down to 90 degrees and we make sure that every purlin is size for size and the holes are in the right place to make it easy for you guys.
No worries. And where does the holes punched in the machine here?
Holes are punched at the start.
Okay.
And then we guillotine here. So we are what's called a pre-cut machine. We guillotine here. And from that point, it goes from our flat sheet into the exciting stuff. We form the first part of our purlin here, what we call the lip. And then we move all the way down the other end here and we form the flange, which is the upright piece, the really critical piece for that strength and getting it right and accurate.
Awesome. So this is what it's going into a cyclone building in here. What else have we got going on? And so we've got this machine here. What else have we got going on the other side? Should we pop over and check that out? Oh, I noticed this. So in honor of Marion Donaldson.
Yeah, so Marion was with Dimond for 40 years, based out of our Hamilton site. She's the matriarch of Dimond. Unfortunately, she passed away in late 2023. And as a tribute, we've tributed to her. She did a fantastic job for us. A bit of a camp mum for Dimond. So
awesome.
a bit of a tribute for Marion.
That's it. It's a good company. Dimond, 60 years, New Zealand roll foreman.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
New Zealand owned. That's what we're all about. Kiwis. Kiwis supporting Kiwis. All right, let's continue on. Awesome. So these are the purlins that we're talking about. But this is the drop stacker here. Talk me through how this one works.
Absolutely, Jace. So 25 metre drop stacker. All of our purlins will come out of the forming station of the machine itself. Yeah. It'll be lifted up by a set of magnets, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
And we'll either stack and nest under and over.
Yeah.
We bind them together in packs, and then it will roll out on the conveyor here, ready to be craned off. We'll put on a truck and off to you guys.
Awesome. That's cool. And so, yeah, it's all just, nesting into it. It's very cool. And so if we turn it, this is the lip as well. So there's two. So these ones have got a swage in here. So we normally do them flat back to back or like this. So
Yeah,
what's
that's
the difference with the swage? Why is that?
Yeah, absolutely, Jace. So the purpose of the swage is to increase strength. So either you're using a lighter gauge material or it can span further. These are not used back on back, however. The beauty of the plain C, you'll see there's no swage in the back of them. You can back on back them, bolt them together, nice and easy to put together, lots of strength.
Yeah, so we'll see that all the time in our sheds as we love a back to back. Sometimes it's up to the engineers, bless you engineers, but we always like a back to back and it adds a real strength and we see that all the
Absolutely,
time.
man. Definitely.
Probably one of the feedbacks we get on our sheds all the time is after they're built, is people are like, I can't believe how strong they are. You go up, you shake them, you hang on them, and they're super tough. They're going to be there forever. So that's epic, and it's just cool to see how you guys have made them and the level of precision that goes into it as well.
Absolutely.
All right, now what have we got going on the other side here?
Yeah, cool. So on the other side, so we have our flooring division. So we have what's called a suspended flooring. And so for use in the likes of office blocks, your car parks. So we call it Composite Flooring, or High Bond is one of our brands. So we've got a couple of machines over here. The one on the far side there is High Bond 80. You'll see that in a lot of your big office blocks, your car parks and the like. Then we have the second machine in here, which is our flat deck for slightly smaller spans. Great feature of flat deck, no issues with fireproofing between the floors. And then we have our bracing machine. So for our swage purlins, we have a bracing system that we use. And then right here, our small brand new machine here is our resilient channel machine for use in jib for noise reduction.
Oh, nice. And then I noticed there's a lot of Makita tools around here. Mark's a real Makita man, you know, stands in Milwaukee. Why Makita?
They're tough. We're in a tough environment. Makita is fantastic for us. Look, I bleed a bit of red myself at home. There's nothing wrong with the Makita gear though. It lasts.
We love it. All right, and then on the ground here, what are we playing around with down here?
Yeah. So we decided to get the Meccano set out, had a bit of a play. So in honour of you guys being here, we've put together some purlins. There's a monopitch, small monopitch shed. There's probably a few more bits to go if I'm honest. So really for us, it's just about refining that process, just to make sure that when it gets on site, everything goes together first time.
That's the thing. And so whenever you're working with it, is people assume that a shed just happens, as there's a huge amount of Kiwis all the way from the mills to the factories to the engineers to the guys on site and the girls doing all the concrete. And so we're all putting a lot of effort in to make sure it works in perfectly for you guys. Awesome. It's been great showing us around. Thanks again, Ben.
Thanks, Jace. Pleased to have you.
No worries. All right. Great sheds. Done right. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching and getting to the end of this video. Without you guys, we would have no channel. Big shout out to the whole team at Waikato Sheds, always working hard and putting in the effort behind the scenes to make it happen. All our suppliers, New Zealand Steel, Colour Steel, Metalcraft, Cladding, Fisher, Windows, Connect, always backing us and behind us, as well as all our subbies and builders. They're doing a great job. If you've got any questions, just hit us up in a comment below. I'll always make sure to answer it. Shout us a like. And if you want to see any more of us, who doesn't? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, just look up Waikato Sheds or No Bull Sheds, even LinkedIn, and you'll find us on there. Otherwise, you might like this video or this video, and make sure to subscribe. Cheers, guys.